Hello, everyone. Welcome to Beyond Life Paranormal Podcast Sunday show. I'm your host, Russell Reynolds. Got my dad, co-host, Russell Reynolds Sr. Um, got a good show tonight. Thank you guys for tuning in last night to our pre-recorded show. Saw there was a bunch of you in the chat. We weren't home. We were busy working on stuff and getting stuff ready for conventions and stuff. So, um, before we get into the show, we're going to plug a couple events. I'll plug one for my buddy Richie. If you're located here in Hale, Missouri, come check out my buddy Richie, stand-up comedian, and check out his whole lineup. He's a veteran, does stuff for all the veterans out there. Definitely check out his podcast Wednesday night, The King's Court, on Comedy Vets. He saves a lot of veterans' lives with PTSD and stuff like that. So come on out, show him some support. Um, our first event we're going to be at is Mortuary Manor on Mother's Day in Toledo, Ohio, May 9th. Um, get your tickets fast before they sell out. We are the VIP guests, so there's two different types of admission. You've got general admission that's going to let you go at your own pace, but that doesn't get you access to the VIP part of it. Um, get your VIP tickets if you want to come and investigate with my dad and I, the cousins of the Warrens, and check out Mortuary Manor. This is our first time investigating this place as well, so we all get to learn something new together. Um, Also, if your mom's into the paranormal, get her a ticket, bring her along. She'll enjoy it. Um, Especially even if you're new to the field, get a ticket, come and investigate with us, and we'll teach you the tricks of the trade and show you the equipment and all kinds of stuff, especially if you're curious and wanting to get into the paranormal field. It'd be a great event to learn at, and we'll be learning together. So, and then our next event that we are confirmed for is Crypticon Kansas City. We will be there in August, and that one is the first ever they're doing the paranormal in the Kansas City part of the in the horror movie con. Um, my dad and I are the headliners for that. We're on the panel going to be speaking as well. Um, so come on out. Tickets do sell out quick for this because people come from all over the world to see the horror movie actors and the cosplayers and vendors. I mean, they've got everything from paranormal vendors to horror vendors, artists, you name it, they'll be there. I've even seen readers there as well, um, and a haunted doll vendor. So come on out. We'll have merch out there as well for sale. So come on out, check us out. There is VIP access. The biggest one, I think, is the gold package, and that gets you access to the dinner with the actors. Um, those sell out quick, and I think they're like over $300, maybe even more. Then there's the general VIP access, which gets you in all 3 days for 30 minutes before general admission is let in. So you guys get access to all of us and the actors before general admission is allowed in. Um, and then they have the general admission, which is you have to pay separate for each day. So definitely come check out Crypticon KC. It's an awesome place. If you look on my Facebook, you'll see pictures from there of all the horror movie actors we've met. And that's where we met Michael Winslow from Police Academy, who played Jones, the sound effects guy. So definitely check that out. Um, our next event that we are confirmed for is West Kentucky Paranormal Expo 2026 out in Kentucky. Um, Come on out, check us out September 26th. My dad and I are guest speakers out there. So if you want to talk to us about our cousins Ed and Lorraine, the Warren's Cult Museum, or our investigations or demonology, we'll have equipment for sale out there and merch also. Um, the headliner is Aaron G. Thompson this year from 28 Days Haunted. So definitely get your tickets for that through Extreme Ticketing. And here is the list of all the speakers. You got Outlaw Paranormal, who are good friends of ours, Jimmy and Jeff, um, Rachel DeMarco, 202 Podcast, Jen Jacobs, Teps Investigate, Josh Morris. So definitely come on out, check that out too. It's going to be a good time. We can't wait. Um, and let's say hi to everybody in the chat. Hey, Sandy, welcome in. Yeah, the tornadoes didn't hit us. If they did get tornadoes that night, they went around us. But we did get a wicked thunderstorm that night. Barbara says hi, Russell, and hi, Russell Sr. Sandy Mary goes, hi, Dad. So, one other cool announcement is we are now an official LLC. We have our business license. If you haven't checked out our page on Facebook, Beyond Life Paranormal Research LLC. So we are a licensed business, so be on the lookout. We will be setting up paranormal events. Um, we're also licensed to do paracons as well, and sell merch, equipment, and all kinds of stuff. So be sure to be on the lookout. Follow the page on Facebook for that. And without further ado, we're going to get into the show. Tonight's show, we're going to talk about safety in the paranormal for especially like you new teams and investigators out there. Hey, Jeanette, welcome in. So, safety should be your first priority, especially investigating a location. Um, that is your team lead's responsibility to make sure you guys are safe and to keep you safe. They're the responsible one that's supposed to be checking locations for weapons, drugs, alcohol. Also checking members to make sure they're not under any influence of any substances before they're coming to an investigation. Um, Especially if you're going to do a abandoned location, don't just trespass and go in there. Get permission so you can have the cops go through and clear it out first if they do let you in there, because there's a big safety issue right there with that location, because not only paranormal aspect, if you don't know nothing about it, you don't know what person's living in there that decided to take shelter in there that may be under the influence of some substances or anything like that, and you go in there and all of a sudden you're in danger. Never go alone. Also, if you're going to check out a location, always have somebody with you and let somebody else know where you guys are going to be. A lot of people don't do that. And then, hey, Richie, welcome in. A lot of people don't do that, and they go out and they don't tell anybody where they're at, and something happens. They never show up back home. Um, Also, females that are pregnant going to haunted locations. It's not a good idea if you're pregnant going into a haunted location, because if you don't know what's in there, something can hurt that girl or the baby inside of her. And that is a big risk. I mean, after she has the baby, good and well, go on out and investigate, but not while you're pregnant and almost due, because that is dangerous, especially if you're dealing with something dark. That's the first thing it's going to go for is that baby. And You don't want that wreaking havoc in your life or coming home with you, especially if you're the husband and you're or boyfriend and you're out investigating and you don't do the necessary precautions of cleansing yourself and your protection stuff, and you bring that home, you're bringing it home to your girlfriend, your spouse, who's having your child, and then it's going to start wreaking havoc into your house, and there you go, and then it's going to go after that child. So you always want to be protected when you go into a location like that. Um, Even investigating, never investigate alone. I know a lot of people do. It is dangerous. Always have a buddy system. Always have someone that knows you really well with you, that knows if there's something going on with you that isn't right. Because if you don't, you can get in a lot of trouble. I mean, anytime if I investigate solo, my dad's right there. I'm right in camera view the whole time, so he's watching me the whole time. And that's something you could do too. If you're running DVR cameras, you got Command Central set up, and somebody's at Command Central monitoring it. Stay in front of camera view the whole time so they can see a clear picture of you and that they know if something's going on if they got to come in and pull you out. Um, it's like the dangers of Estes methods. Going an hour, 2 hours under Estes is also dangerous because it's very demanding on your body and it drains you quite a bit. Um, and this is something I learned from actually my good friends from Epic VIP events, Mysterious Mike and Sam. They only do 15-minute sessions under Estes because of how demanding and draining of your body it is. And a lot of people go under 30 minutes to an hour. I understand if you're getting results, but switch out. Have somebody, if you're getting results, switch out. Have somebody else after 15 minutes go under. And if that spirit's still there and wanting to talk, it'll be there. It'll talk. Um, because it drains you substantially and then it leaves you wide open, especially if you don't know who you're communicating with. Um, and that's a lot of dangers in the paranormal when it comes to that. Um, because especially if you got somebody new who's never done Estes before, you want to teach them because they're opening themselves up. They've never been on an investigation before. You're submitting them to danger when it comes to that. Same with Ouija boards and tarot cards and all that. If they've never done it before, you're opening that door for them, and you're going to be giving them the open doorway for something to come through. And they're new to this. They've never experienced anything. They've never done this before. So that's where you want to make sure they're safe. Um, that's where you come in to set the intention. So, and I mean, definitely do your homework because that's going to matter to life or death for safety. Do your homework on locations. Do your homework on people, especially members, bringing members in. Do your homework on them before you bring them on your team. Interview them, screen them, background check them. Because if you're doing residentials like we do, you don't want somebody that's been in jail for theft or something like that going into. And I mean, people can change. There's always forgiveness, but you want to make sure that you keep an eye on them. They're good, they're good. But you always got to keep that eye on that over your shoulder because liability issues, especially with residential can be very, very hard. I mean, you're going into somebody else's house. You don't know how they are. You go Sorry about that, guys. StreamYard just cut out on us. I don't know what something went on their end, and we just got kicked off for a minute. Um, but we are back. Um, that was weird. I don't know what StreamYard has been acting weird these past couple of days. They've been doing a lot of updates on them and changing a bunch of stuff, and so I don't know what's going on with it. Um, so yeah, I mean the dangers in the paranormal field are real, especially for new people. So, um, like us, we background check our members, we background check our clients, and this is a lot of stuff my team members don't see because I do this behind the scenes. So, um, and that's a little tip for especially you guys that are wanting to start teams. Um, Not only that, another thing, if you're getting that feeling in your gut where you feel like you don't belong in there, get out. Don't stay because that gut feeling, trust your gut. If it doesn't feel right, get out of there because chances are you don't belong in there. Especially if you're new at it, you haven't done it, and you're just starting out. Don't run out, stay calm, and just back out. And that's why you always have a buddy system with you when you do it. So you both walk out calmly and then regroup. Another thing, protection prayers before you go into location or even step foot on the property. Do protection on yourself. Whatever your belief system is, um, spiritual, ground yourself, grow roots to the ground. Um, People that believe in the religious part, surround yourself with the white light. Envision yourself surrounded by in a triangle surrounded by mirrors. Um, Spray yourself down with holy water, the sign of the cross. Um, if you do sage yourself. Um, but also wear your protection. Yeah, wear your protection stuff, and I mean, it doesn't hurt to wear something blessed around your neck. So, and Even wearing stones like amethyst or black tourmaline, stuff like that too. We believe in that stuff. That stuff does work. Um, and then, like our Native American heritage, cleansing yourself with sage and stuff like that. Um, that's what the Native Americans did. That's how they cleansed their spirit, was with sage and stuff like that, and it warded off evil as well. Um, but your higher level stuff does not respond to sage anymore too well. Your lower level will, but not your higher level. Then you got to go with the stronger stuff like frankincense and myrrh, uh, holy water, blessed salt, blessed oil, stuff like that. Um, and a lot of people use sage, the white sage, to cleanse, and then all of a sudden they realize, oh, it didn't work. And then you get people that cleanse the house and they don't do it right. Hey, Jerry, welcome in. And when they do it wrong, that thing goes into hiding and then waits till everything clears and calms down. It comes back out, and then next thing you know, it's 10 times angry and it's even worse. And then your client is there holding the bag because you messed up on their home cleansing. I mean, when you cleanse, you got to do every nook and cranny of that place, from attics, crawl spaces, closets, heat vents, chimneys, pipes, everything that it can hide. I mean, they're crafty and they'll hide in places. Even your regular spirits will too. They'll go and hide and they'll stay in the house. And that's what I just said: attic, basements, crawl spaces, and stuff like that. Pipes, because if you don't do that, it's just going to run and hide, and then you're going to be back to square one again. They're going to be calling you back out again, especially sealing the house up. Um, we always use a verification when we're doing a cleansing. We'll still run the cameras and the equipment while we're doing the cleansing. So, and then we'll do a walkthrough, a final walkthrough after we've done the cleansing. We pushed it out. We sealed the house. We'll do a final walkthrough, and especially every nook and cranny where it could hide, we'll check it out and make sure that it is gone. Because if it's not, we'll break one barrier and we'll go back at it again. And I mean, we've done cleansings where it's taken us over 6 hours to do. And sometimes we don't leave a location till 9, 10 o'clock in the morning. So we've done that plenty of times. We've been there for over 13 hours. Yeah, we'll do 2 or 3 days in a location. And it depends on how bad it is. Sometimes you can get it in one visit, but we still follow up and keep an eye and on them. So I mean, even going into these like bigger event places too. That's why you sign waivers, like MSP, Waverly Hills. You have to sign those waivers because of the potential dangers in these locations. You can get hurt. I mean, Missouri State still got active working cell doors that are electronically, and they actually had a guy. He was told not to play with them, and he got himself locked in one of the cells. And it took 7 hours for the locksmith to get there to bust him even out of there. And so that's why you got to be careful. And a lot of these places got mold in them. That's another potential danger is mold, beams falling down. You got asbestos in a lot of these old buildings as well that you can breathe in and bring it home. You get it on your clothes, You bring it home, you contaminate your whole household and family. So if you know a location, especially these old 1800s locations, they're loaded with asbestos, lead. You've got lead paint and all kinds of stuff in there. You've got asbestos shingles and asbestos tile glue, asbestos tiles in them. Even the old boiler wrapping is asbestos. So you got to be very careful. And if you're going into a location with that, wear a respirator that protects you from that. Your clothes, if you're going to wear your clothes in there, when you get home, my advice is to, especially if you live in a private area or something like that, or if you're in a strip outside, because that particle dust, you can bring it right into your house and it'll float through the air. Especially wear gloves if you're going in those locations too. You start grabbing stuff and picking up stuff to look at it. You're getting that black mold on your hands. You don't realize it, and then all of a sudden you're touching your face with it, and you're inhaling that black mold. Same with asbestos dust. You get that asbestos dust on your hands or lead, and you're inhaling all that. It's bad for you. And so those are some of the dangers you got to watch out for in locations, especially abandoned locations and places like Waverly Hills and stuff like that. Um, and I mean, even rust. You got to watch out for rust and stuff. A lot of them places sat abandoned for a while, so there's rust in a lot of those areas, and you got to watch you don't get scratched by that. So always be aware of your surroundings and what you're going into. Um, I mean, a lot of locations now, these older ones, a lot of them, the cities won't let you in them anymore because of they've been vandalized too much by kids breaking in them, and they've destroyed so much. And we tried to get into a location here in Missouri. It's an old poor farm that's haunted, and when I called the city, the guy said we can't let you in there. The kids had tore that place up so bad, we can't let you go in there. He says that it's a liability issues, and he says, but I am glad that you were one of those that called and asked for permission. You didn't just take it upon yourself and hop the fence and go in there. And a lot of teams should have by that. Instead of breaking in places, ask for permission. I mean, some of these people will give you permission if you ask. I mean, like the hotel we checked out, the old Grosinger hotel that we were in, we had permission. I actually worked on the golf course there, and I talked to my boss, and he says, "Yeah, go right ahead." He says, "You can go in there." He says, "You know the place, you know where all the dangers are." And I mean, we've had to run people out of there several times. Kids playing around in there, paintballing, and all kinds of stuff. And I mean, how dangerous it is. We were up on the 16th floor, and you look straight down, there's a big old hole, and it drops all the way to the basement. That's all you see is a big pitch black hole, and that's it. Now, can you imagine if you were running through there in the dark, not paying attention, fooling around, you fall right down that hole, you're dead. So, if you got any questions, throw them up in the chat. Um, and I mean, now that hotel, you can't even get to it anymore. It's been torn down. They finally demolished it in 2020, 20 or 21. They finally demolished that place, which is it's hard to see history go, but that place was so bad they needed to demolish that, and they demolished all the abandoned houses around it too. Um, and if you get a chance, look up Grosinger Hotel in Liberty, New York. It's one of the old Borscht Belt hotels. A lot of big names were at that hotel from Muhammad Ali to actors and all kinds of stuff. But yeah, if you guys got any questions, throw them up in the chat. And we'll take some questions. But but yeah, so I hope that helps you guys out a little bit on some of the dangers for the paranormal with locations. And especially if you're new and something you're dealing with something dark, you shouldn't be dealing with something dark if you're new. Get your training first before you start doing that because that can be dangerous also on you. Um, and I mean, we deal with a lot of it, and I didn't get into the demonic stuff until I was more established and more familiar. I mean, I've read on it and studied it, but I didn't get into taking demonic cases until later in my paranormal career because that is something I didn't want to take on yet. I wasn't comfortable doing it yet. And so then we started getting into it. But But yeah, come see us June 20th at the Get Haunted event too. We'll be at Missouri State Penitentiary in June at the Get Haunted event. Um, y'all have a good time out there. Um, and even another danger in the paranormal field is running around in the dark without a flashlight. You don't know what you're going to trip over and fall into something. And how many cases have you been on that was actually demonic? Let's see. Yeah, it's about 10 or 11 we've been on. You don't see very many of them because it's rare. The demonic is rare. It lies in wait, so you don't get a whole lot of them. A lot of them are just regular spirits acting malicious, or some of it's psychological. Um, but it was probably about 10 or 11 demonic cases we've been on. Out of we've done what over 100 and something cases already of residentials and businesses. So did it cause you to be sick after you? Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it did. In fact, we got asked to assist on a demonic case, and shortly after, when we started talking about it, I ended up sick with a bad respiratory infection, lost my voice, and I was spiritually drained from it. And that's what they do. They'll make you sick, nauseated, and we're drained for weeks on end if we have to deal with something dark like that. We're drained.
That's why we don't talk about
Yep, we don't talk about it. We don't dwell on it, and that's something that we learned from Wade Kirby and that, and Dan Rivera and all them. You don't dwell on it before you go, and we don't. We don't talk about it. We don't dwell on it.
go to church.
Yep, we go get a blessing before we go, which helps out quite a bit because that builds up our strength, our suit of armor. When we go in, we got a suit of armor when we go into a location that's something demonic. All our medals, everything are all blessed and stuff like that. Um, when we're done, we cleanse our equipment, everything, our car, everything. And that's something a lot of people don't do. They don't realize you're bringing your equipment into these haunted locations. things can attach to it. You're using them for communication. So energy can attach to it. You put it back in your case, you bring it home, there it is.
It's like if go to Faircons and buy something, you bring it home. Ask us if we can bless it before it leaves.
Or the bracelet Judy made me. Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Does yours light up, Jeanette? Ours does when we wear it. Ours, some of the beads light up, and we got told by Wade from Nesper that is Lorraine's spirit with us.
Mm-hmm.
Every time we wear it, it lights up. And we had them blessed also. So
Every bead, rain.
yeah, there's certain ones that are Lorraine's personal beads on there, on those bracelets. And if you ever see Wade, ask Wade. He'll pick them out for you. He picked ours out, the beads, which ones were Lorraine's. It's purple. Mine hasn't lit up.
Does she have a clear stone?
We'll show you ours at Mortuary Manor, Jeanette, and we'll show you how ours light up. Mine's got this blue stone on these blue stones, and mine light up on the beads, the blue beads. Judy said Lorraine's beads were on ours. Yeah, every bracelet she makes
Yeah.
has got Lorraine Warren's personal beads on them.
Yep.
If you look at Tony, Tony wears about 4 or 5 of them. She made one for Dan, but Dan would never wear it. He'd never wear a watch, nothing. But that was Dan for you. But
I wear a bead. Right?
yep,
And everybody says it's magnet, right? But it's
she
not.
said her mom's is blue.
Yeah.
Yeah, my dad wears a tiger's eye bracelet, and
Everybody says it's a magnet when it sticks together. Mm-mm.
she made some for my boys too. That's good.
Yeah.
I know she's still making them. So
Mm-hmm.
if anybody's interested, reach out to Tony Sparrow on Facebook and or the Nesper page, and if you're interested in those, money goes to a great cause. It helps animals. Is where the money goes for those bracelets. It goes to help spay and neuter animals and helps animal shelters and stuff like that. As you know, Lorraine was a big animal lover, and she loved her cats and her dogs and her chickens and stuff like that. So that was their idea. Lorraine used to make them as well, and so her and Judy used to make them. Now Judy took it over, and now she continues to make them. And so yeah, definitely check them out if you're wanting one of them bracelets. They're pretty nice, and we're only going to do an hour tonight. We got about 20 minutes left, so if you guys have any more questions, feel free to post them, and we'll answer them, whether it be about the Warrens, paranormal, the demonic, whatever you guys want to ask. Go ahead.
Come on, hit us with it. We're in a good mood.
But I will be a guest on a podcast Wednesday night. I know I got several appearances coming up. I know the 27th at uh, 8 o'clock Eastern, 7 Central. My dad and I will be on an All Access TV network on Sean Ellis's show, Eternal X Wolfpack Paranormal Podcast. So we'll be on there as well with those guys. Next Friday, I will be on Chloe's show with Sister Farrah Rose. We're going to be on there talking about the demonic and exorcisms. As you know, my mentor Farah, she assists in exorcisms, and
You gotta check that out. That's a good one.
that's going to be an interesting show. And it'll be right on Friday the 13th, so that works out pretty good. Um, and so yeah, definitely check those out. And I know we've got a couple more podcast shows I'm appearing on in May, and then in the last one I think is in June, which is the Lost Goat, I believe, with Michael Gagliano and Marilyn Bast and several others. So, but
They want to ask.
yeah, throw some questions up in the chat.
Stage on 9:30.
Jerry says, headed to work. Catch y'all later.
Okay.
Have fun, Jerry. Thanks
Yeah.
for tuning in. Or rather, either of you authorized to do exorcisms or do you assist? We can assist. We're not authorized to do exorcisms. Those have to be performed by the bishop and through the diocese office. We can assist in them, and we're just a verification team.
When we have somebody, when we have somebody with us, you know, sometimes we can handle it.
Yeah, sometimes we can handle it without having an exorcism done. It's just general cleansing. If they're not possessed or it's just at the infestation stage, we can handle that. But when it goes to possession, that is something we have to turn over. We gather the evidence and we send it to Farah, and Farah takes it from there.
We're not allowed to put our hands on.
Yep, we're not allowed to put our hands on
No.
anybody. I don't authorize my team to do it. We can shake hands, but that's about it. We do not touch anybody because liability issues again. You start touching people, they can say, "Oh, you did this to them, you did that to them," and then get you for assault.
Yeah.
And
Or they get sick.
yep, or they get sick because you did something to them. Not only that, if they're already dealing with some psychological trauma and you start putting your hands on them, saying you're doing this cleansing, you're doing that cleansing on them, and then you make it worse for them.
We run into quite a bit of people, seeing the psychologist, they have a mental problem.
Yep,
You
they got psychological issues,
we all have
schizophrenia.
we have to watch that. We can't push people, you know. It's a lot of things.
Yep. That's why
Really is.
residential is a lot harder than going out to Waverly Hills or Missouri State or to events. That's why a lot of teams are backing away from residential cases anymore because of the liability issues when it comes to it. There's only a certain few of us that are still.
We have forms that they fill out even before we begin.
That would be horrible walking on eggshells like
Yeah,
that. Yep.
and we have forms.
Yep. We have liability forms,
Forms.
confidentiality forms.
They fill if the kids are sick or whatever, what kind of pills they're on, or
Yeah, we have a whole questionnaire, everything that they have to fill out, and standard permission forms that they're inviting us in to investigate, that they are not responsible for us. We are doing it at our own risk. And
giving us permission to
yeah, talking to their kids. And my team is financially responsible if they knock something over of a client and breaks it.
mm-hmm.
They have to pay for it. And it's the same with us. If a client breaks a piece of our equipment because they weren't supposed to touch it, that's stating in our forms that they are financially responsible if they break a piece of our equipment because they weren't supposed to touch it. And In fact, I had a guy kick over my SLS camera and break it because he wouldn't sit still, and he ended up having to pay for it to get it fixed. So, and we don't like doing that. That's why it states in our paperwork that you are not to touch any of the equipment, not come in contact with any of the cameras, nothing. And a lot of our clients, they don't touch stuff. They'll sit there and be quiet unless they're really anxious about something. I do residential. Yeah, I know you do residential, Jeanette. But if I were you, I'd get some forms too and fill out
Yeah,
because a lot of the liability
yeah.
is stuff that's the way this world is going today with liability and everybody's wanting to sue this one and that one.
It'll cover you.
And my forms are all legal. They've been looked over by a lawyer, so they are legal forms for our clients to fill out. I even have the ones waivers for if you're going to participate in events too. So I have them also.
See, that's like with demons. Not demons. People with what? Psychic.
Hmm.
Yeah, they. A lot of people say they're psychic. How you know are they? Can you prove it that they're a psychic? You know. And the point is that if you're not, don't go in there and say you are. And you only make matters worse. You're hurting the people, you know, and customers, right?
Yep.
And I could go up to a psychic and know if they're real or they're not, you know. And I don't like to come out and say, hey, you're a phony. It's not, I won't do that. But I'll know that they're not for real. And you meet a lot of them at the church,
Jeanette says if I was psychic, I'd play the lotto. I'm not. Right? If
right?
you were, you would know the
Yeah.
winning numbers. I mean, everybody has the abilities. Everybody can be sensitive to spirit activity. I mean, the more you do this, the more seasoned you get, the more you start picking up on it and tapping in. I mean, we're not considered psychics, but we can see spirits and hear them.
We can even go and play cards.
Right? I mean, we can't predict the future or tell you when you're going to die or
No.
tell you what kid you're going to have later down the road or anything like that. Ours is more tapping into the dead than it is the living.
See, I see beyond that, you know, where, you know, like I told my son, well, my father-in-law is going to end up in the hospital
Hmm.
in about a week or two. He ended up in the hospital, but you know, it's just the point that I use my abilities when I have to, and you know, I like I said before, a lot of them are born with
Yeah, you can be born with abilities as well.
it. And that's a gift that you have. It's up to use it properly, you know. And
Like me, I didn't always have them until I had that near death experience. I didn't have them when I was younger, and I developed them at the age of 12.
okay, we'll talk right now about heaven, all right? Because I've been there, all right. When you die, okay, the last thing goes is your hearing, And then here you are floating. You look down, you're floating. Okay. And next moment you're up there. Here's a bright light. You look up, and it's so beautiful. But then when you come back down, right, they woke me up. You know, they put paddles on me. Boom, boom, woke me up, and it was scary. And I said, "Wow," you know. And I said to the nurses, "What happened?" "Oh, you just died." I said, "What?" And you can't remember. You know, it's hard. And when you have it, then you're out there and you hear voices, you see people that, or you go to bed and you see people, dreams, you know, but them dreams are good dreams, not bad dreams, you know. Like I'll see my mother up there, I'll see my wife, you know, and it's good dreams. But a lot of people, like we said before, if you open up that door and you get nightmares or dreams, bad dreams, you open that gateway to bad things. So, anybody want to answer on that one?
Annette says, I was born with my gifts. I whip them out when I have to.
There you go.
And that's what we do. I
Yeah,
mean, I
that's
don't
what we
use
do.
mine a lot on investigations because with me being the team lead, I don't want to drain myself because I'm worried about my team and their safety and stuff like that. So I try not to open mine up too much. There's a few times I have, but then I know how to control mine and shut mine down if I need to.
But the same thing, man. When you're in a room and how you got a figure around you is that you're so cold and you see your breath. It's like being in a freezer. And that's how you know. But if you're cold all the time, you're not going to know.
Nope.
So, and I help a lot of people out on that. So you're not cold all the time.
I open up when I get there, I can shut it off. Yeah, and I mean,
Yeah,
that's a good thing that
that's it.
if you know how to shut them off and control them, that is
Hmm.
better off for you and it's more safer for you as well because you can have something enter and take you over. I mean, look at the psychic. He's passed on now. He's from England. Derek Akora. He used to open himself up and let spirits take over his body, and he had no control over his body. And they used to have to get him outside when he would do that, and then he didn't feel good afterwards. And which is called channeling, which isn't. It's also not safe if you're not equipped to handle that. Don't channel. Same with mirror scrying. Mirror
Right.
scrying can be dangerous also. Um, you're scrying in a mirror. Mirrors are portals. You're scrying in the mirror to see your face change, but meanwhile, something's coming through at you. It's dangerous. And I know there's people out there that do it that don't take precautions in doing it, but It can be dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why we block a lot of the mirrors off in a client's house. We'll put sheets over them and stuff and cover them up. Because when you cover them up, it kind of blocks that doorway. They can't come through. And that's how we determine if the mirrors are a cause of the issue with them. If they're blocked off and you're still getting issues going on, then it's something in the house. But if you got the mirrors uncovered, you're not going to know that, because if the mirror is a portal, it's going to keep coming through. What is it that makes your face change like that? I did it a few times. That was crazy. It's called mirror scrying,
Yeah.
is what it is. You use the low light of like a candle and you stare into a mirror and your face just starts changing to something else. You visualize who you want it to change to, which is also dangerous because you're opening yourself up for something to latch onto you. Yeah, it is crazy, the mirror scrying. Just even standing in a location, there's a mirror right there, and you're just. But what makes your. I've done that, but what makes your face change? That spirit's what makes your face change, because you're opening that portal. Not only that, too, some mirrors can give you an optical illusion as well, too. And I mean, you figure in the dark, and you're training your eyes and your brain on your face in the mirror, and all of a sudden it starts changing too. So some of that mirror scrying is also psychological, because if you're putting something in your mind and thinking of it, your brain's going to make your eyes believe that's what it's seeing. But there's also times mirror scrying is legit, especially if you got a mirror that's a portal, because that door is open, it's coming through. So I didn't see her, but yeah, that mirror scrying, I don't like doing it, and I don't recommend people doing it. But I mean, that's your discretion. That's just my opinion. But if you're gonna do it, be careful. It was quick. I got creepy. By then, I seen a spirit walking behind someone across from me. Dustin. Oh, Dustin Perry. Yep. Yeah, and that's what happens. I mean, look at that. There's that one haunted location that Jason Hawes and them did, and there was that mirror that had the hand imprint inside the mirror. That was one of the ones they did. I forget which location that was, but the mirror is an actual portal, and they would see faces in that mirror all the time. So if anybody's got any more questions, feel free to post them up. But another dangerous thing is table tipping too. Doing table tipping, any form of spirit communication can be dangerous if you don't know what you're doing and you're not protected when you do it. Seances, same thing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, especially if you got somebody that's already got an attachment and you don't know it, you start doing a seance with that person, their attachment's going to come out and play. So that's another thing. Also, know your members if they're carrying any attachments with them or anything like that. You don't want to let them into somebody's house either, because you don't want their attachment to decide it wants to stay there. And advise them to get cleansed before they come back on an investigation. I mean, those are some of the safety precautions that you need to take when you're doing this stuff, because I mean, it is not a game. And a lot of people do, they interpret it as a game. It can hurt you, and it can hurt you bad. Not just spirit wise, but even physical, because I mean, humans too. I mean, a lot of them, they're bad people in real life. So you don't know when you're walking in if what is going on unless you do your homework and you research. I mean, I get people calling me all the time that are under the influence of something. I had one guy that kept calling my phone, and he was every time he called me, you could tell he was under the influence of alcohol. And I mean, he would call me all hours of the night. And I mean, this guy was full blown drunk, claiming there's stuff going on in his house. And I tried to explain to him that he needed to lay off the alcohol.
Yeah, my wife hates
Says his wife hates him and all kinds of stuff.
me.
And he come on, left me a voicemail one night saying, "What if I am a goddamn drunk?" And he wouldn't lay off the alcohol enough so we could figure out if there was something actually going on in his home or it was him. And I never heard back from him again after that when I told him he needed to lay off the alcohol for a while and dry himself out, and then we'll figure out what's going on with him. I said, go to AA, get the help first, and then if you're still experiencing something in the home, then we'll determine it from there. But I mean, I get people that call me that are on drugs too, hallucinating. I had one guy that said he had a demon living in his lip. And I asked him right away, I said, "Sir, have you smoked anything?" And he says, "Yeah, I smoked meth about an hour ago." I said, "Well, then I can't help you. You need to help yourself first, get yourself to rehab, get cleaned off that stuff, and then we'll figure out from there if you're experiencing something in your home." I had another guy call me that said he had stuff talking through his heater in his house, and he sent me a video swearing there was voices coming through his heater. There was nothing. We didn't hear nothing in it. I even put headphones to it. And I even cleaned the audio up and amplified it even more to see if I could hear something, and nothing. And he's called several teams and nobody wants to help him because it's something psychological with him, and I did some digging in on him and found out he has substance abuse issues. So that's what you need to check before you go into residential locations: is substance abuse, drug abuse, history of violence, stuff like that, because you don't know what you're walking into. I mean, we've been in some serious shitholes, is what we call them, and they're pretty bad. I mean, roaches, rats, places that shouldn't even be lived in, that should be condemned. I mean, you got a little kid running around with a chainsaw on the floor. So, I mean, this is some of the things you need to do your homework on, and chances are you find out there's more going on than just paranormal in locations too. I mean, we found drug use, uh, sexual molestation, stuff like that going on in people's homes, and it was more of that than it was paranormal. And like us, we have to report that. And a lot of times we give our client the option to do it. And because, I mean, we can't, if we know what's going on, we're just as guilty if we let it go on. So, and that's also helping the kids out too. And and that's again why a lot of people don't do residential anymore because of that whole liability issue and the dangers of it. I mean, I've talked to several teams that backed out of residential investigations anymore. We're one of the ones that still do it, and Nesper still does it. Um, I know there's still a few out there that still do it, um, but not very many anymore. My dad said goodnight. He's going up for the night. Um,
Night, everybody.
so those are some of the dangers that you can potentially deal with. Jeanette says goodnight. Sandy says goodnight. I'll stay on with you guys for a little bit if you got any questions. It's been a rough weekend for him. He's tired. We didn't get home till late last night. We've been busy building stuff, getting stuff ready for conventions, and um so we were building equipment all day yesterday, so we didn't get here till almost 1 this morning. So um but yeah, it's we got some stuff coming out in the works, so before too long it'll be out. We got stuff going to be at Crypticon also. We've got mini Annabelle dolls coming out in cabinets. We got Jason Voorhees mask coming out. Michael Myers headphone holder, all kinds of stuff we're working on. We got a whole array of stuff coming out. Um, we will be having the Raggedy Ann Annabelle dolls coming out too, also in cases eventually here. Some Bigfoot stuff, Chupacabra. We're doing it all. So, and we're working with our cousin. Yeah, I got to get some printed out, Jeanette, and I'll have some printed out by May. So I've got an awesome picture I'm getting ready to print out. Um, Only a few people have seen it already, so but I'm not posting it yet. It'll be out when it's printed out. So um, because I don't want people to start ordering them already and they're not printed out yet. So um, and then we're doing T-shirts as well too. So be sure to look out for that too. We're doing shirts as well. So um, we're getting ready to print out a whole bunch of paranormal shirts. We're doing horror shirts for sell at Crypticon this year, and so we're doing some Ed and Lorraine shirts. Dan Rivera Memorial shirts. So, um, they'll be out here before too long. We're staying busy pretty much with it. Um, but yeah, Jeanette, I'll bring them to Toledo for you so you can frame them. But again, if you got any questions, feel free to throw them up in the chat. Um, and with us being an LLC now, our investigations are still free of charge. We're not charging for investigations or home cleansing. So everything, all that'll be free of charge. So we're definitely not going to charge anybody because if we start charging somebody, I could see my cousin Ed Warren haunting me for that, smacking me upside the head for it. So I wouldn't, we wouldn't charge anybody for help. So it's not like they can call a ghost, call the cops and say I got a ghost in my house and you need to come arrested. That is something we won't do is charge. I mean, yeah, we'll charge for the events we're doing because we are an LLC now, but that's about it. But yeah, again, come to Toledo, Ohio, May 9th, and check us out there. Um, you can get your tickets through Eventbrite with it. Just look up Paranormal Mortuary Manor, and the event will be listed. Um, that's going to be a good one. I can't wait for that investigation. 60,000 square feet this place is. It was once an active funeral home. It was shut down in July, and then they opened it up in November to for investigations now. And you can actually rent this place. They also have an Airbnb that you can rent also, so you don't have to book a hotel. So when you go, you rent the location for the night, you can rent the Airbnb right there and stay right there. They got a shower, everything there. So, um, what fun is it to spend the night in a haunted funeral home? And from what I saw, there's still actually human remains there, ashes from people that have been cremated that never got picked up. There was a body there till I think November, I believe, is what I read. An actual still body in the refrigerator, but there isn't anymore. They've been all moved out. But everything, I guess, is still how they left it in the museum and stuff like that. So that's going to be a fun investigation. We're waiting on the flyers for Bordertown Paracon. We are confirmed we're going to be there this year. I'm waiting for them to put the flyers out. That will be in August as well. It's the weekend just before Crypticon. We'll be there with our cousin Kathy. We'll have merch there as well and equipment. We're waiting to hear if we're guest speaking and doing a presentation and on the panel this year. Um, and we are confirmed for Rock Island this year. We're doing Rock Island Roadhouse Esoteric Expo this year again. So we will be there. I'm just waiting for Candy to put the flyer out, and we'll be advertising that as well. Come out and see us. We had last year, it was over 2,500 people come through there, and everybody came to see Annabelle. That I believe they're having a haunted museum again there this year. And I thought I heard David Sloan is going to be there. The one that actually owned Robert the Doll is also going to be there this year, from what I heard. I'm waiting to see it advertised, and when I get more details, I'll share it with you. But yeah, that's going to be a good one. we'll be there to support our family, the Warrens and Nesper. So come on out and check us out, and you'll enjoy Rock Island. We had fun the last time we were there. I mean, they got everything from paranormal to Bigfoot to readers. Hopefully, Squatch Man's better. Prayers for him. I heard he had surgery. He's a good buddy of mine. Um, Hopefully, he'll be better and he'll be there at Rock Island. Um, our good friends Next of Kin, Pac-Man Paranormal. I'll be out there, I believe, this year also. So yeah, Aaron G. Thompson, I think, is going to be out there this year. It was a good turnout last year. I mean, we were down in the basement last year, and I mean, we were packed. I mean, I tried to go out to go get something to eat from the food truck, and as fast as I get up, try to head for the door to go get something to eat, we were mobbed with people. So, it'll be a good one, and I'm still waiting to hear on the haunted house this year that we help out with at the movie theater in Marshall. So I'm waiting to hear on that one. They usually start planning that during the summer. So um, I'll let you know when I get details for that as well. Um, I have not heard anything on Squatches and Legends Con yet. So um, I haven't seen it advertised, so I don't know if it's going on this year or not. I know we were booked for it this year, but I haven't heard nothing yet. But that's some of the events that we're going to be at, and we'll be at the Get Haunted event in June at Missouri State Penitentiary. Um, that's going to be a good one. We always have a ball when we go to that. We love those guys at Missouri State Penitentiary: Sheila, Jenny, Reese, Gabe, the whole crew. They're all awesome. Especially if you get out to Missouri, definitely check out Missouri State Penitentiary. That is an awesome place to investigate. We love it. The staff is awesome. And Jenny's an awesome tour guide. So is Reese. Sheila, I call Sheila the warden. She's the big boss. Um, so, but and I mean, yeah, the Get Haunted event out there is fun too. I mean, we have a ball too with the guys out there, and especially when you get to go on free roam, and we have a ball with that. Last year, when we did it, it was so hot. It was over 100 degrees that day. I mean, that prison doesn't have air conditioning, and we got down in the dungeon and how bad it was. The dungeon walls were sweating. Now that's underground. That shows you how humid it is. The floor, the walls, everything was sweating in that place. And but we had some awesome experience in there. Um, we got about 10 minutes left, and then we're gonna wrap up for the night. Um, but And we'll keep you posted on any other events we got going on. I know we're supposed to go back to Connecticut this year to go see our family. We're going back to see our cousin Judy and meet with Elton and Ginger when we go back. That and go check out the museum because I know they're supposed to be moving the items and 5 of the items, I believe, to a new museum, big commercial museum. So is what I was told. Um, and the rest of the stuff is staying at the house. So, but if you go out there, please be respectful. Don't go in there challenging Ed and Lorraine or anything like that, especially if you don't believe in them. You just want to go out there and experience and start provoking them and calling them out. Be respectful. Remember, that is their house. especially for us family, please be respectful. If they're there, they'll greet you. They'll come out and talk to you. Plus, you don't want to go in there with that mindset that you're big and bad because you wake that up downstairs. That is the last thing you want to wake up downstairs is that museum. There's a lot of dangerous artifacts in that museum that will hurt you. Um, Especially I've got stuff in there that's dangerous and my stuff's not in cases. So right now, which is going to be put in the cases here eventually, what I was told. But you want to be respectful when you go to that house and don't challenge Annabelle. I see these YouTubers going in there challenging Annabelle. Stop it. Don't challenge her. Don't stare her in the eyes because she's going to wreak havoc on you. I know a lot of people don't believe in Annabelle and the story that, oh, that's not the real Annabelle. She's been switched numerous times because she dry rotted. No, that is the real Annabelle. You people need to get your facts straight. That is really Annabelle. And that doll is dangerous. Um, so you need to be respectful of those objects and be respectful of Annabelle and that stuff in that museum because it is no joke. That shadow doll is no joke. That shadow doll will hurt you as well. That satanic idol, that thing is nasty too. Um, so yeah, be respectful when you go in there and treat it like it's an honor and a privilege to investigate Ed and Lorraine's house. And don't think you're gonna go in there, oh, I'm gonna hold Annabelle, I'm gonna touch Annabelle, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. Because you're not. And Rick will make sure of that. They are very strict when it comes to that. Nobody touches anything in that museum. And that is rule set all the way from Ed Warren. So be respectful when it comes to it. Um, and again, don't trash Ed and Lorraine. Let them be. They're passed on now. Why do you want to trash them so bad? Why? It's not making you look any better doing it. They're gone. Let them rest in peace. Just because you don't like their cases and what they did doesn't mean you have to go out there and badmouth them and trash them. I mean, I get everybody's got an opinion. I mean, you know, the old expression is opinions are like a-holes. Everybody's got one. But you don't need to go online and start tooting your horn, trashing somebody's family because you don't like them. Keep that crap to yourself. Why implant seeds in people's minds when people don't even know who they are? They never investigate with them. They never met Ed and Lorraine. They never did this. They never did that. But they want to sit there and trash them. Come and learn about them. Talk to us family members. Talk to John that worked with side by side with him. You people out there calling them frauds, you're just insulting the rest of the family that worked with them and the people that worked with them. When you know nothing about them, you just believe what people put out on the internet. You plant that mind seed. There you go. People run with it when it's not true. Let them be. Let them rest. You think my cousin Judy likes logging on every day, seeing Ed and Lorraine this, Ed and Lorraine that? She don't. You know that hurts her. Seeing her parents get trashed constantly on Facebook or YouTube. Yeah, they were the most controversial couple, and yes, Ed would be the quick one to come right back at you. In fact, I just had one today that tried to come at me, and I live by Ed Warren. If you kick me, I'm going to kick you twice. And you bash me, I'm going to come at you harder. I mean, I'm not playing the games, and these people don't like it that there's some family members that are firing back because we're tired of seeing it. Let it be. I mean, just because you don't like them doesn't mean you have to go toot your horn figuring you're going to get your 5 minutes of fame by trashing people. It's just nonsense. I mean, it goes for everything, even the bullying and the paranormal. I mean, there's teams getting bullied out there for no reason. Why? Because of egos and because they want to be here and, oh, it's my location. I don't want you there. Or they spread rumors because you get recognized and they don't like it because there again, you're above them. I mean, we get it all the time. It's not just because we're related to the Warrens. I mean, we get it constantly. And like I tell everybody and everybody that's watching that does get bullied, use it as motivation like we do. Just keep pressing forward. Those haters eventually fade away. And that's one thing I can say that KD Stafford taught me too. He said those haters fade away. Dan taught me the same thing. He says just use it as motivation, keep going, pushing forward. And that's my advice to you teams that are out there being bullied and stuff. Just keep doing you. If you're pissing them off, you're doing something right. That means you're successful. And that's what people don't like. They don't like to see people successful because to them it makes them feel better to trash somebody because they're not successful. And this is stuff that I've learned over the years. And I mean, look at the Warrens. They've taken arrows at people thrown at them since 1952. So if they can do it, we can do it. We can take them. So, and that's what we're doing. I mean, there was plenty of times I considered walking away from this field altogether and just be done, but I can't. It's my calling. It's my passion. I'm going to continue to do it. It's my bloodline. It's my family. How would I look to my family if I just turned and threw it all away? Everything I worked hard for and threw it all away. Hey, Carl, welcome in. I mean, how would that look? Especially to the people that I mentor and I teach. How's that look to them if I throw it all away? It doesn't look very good. So, and I've learned over the years, you just keep pressing forward. You don't let them get to you. And we don't. I mean, like I said, this year it's a new year. You can trash us all you want. We're still going to keep doing our thing. And whoever thought it was smart to uh, report my business page on Facebook, nice try. It didn't work for you. I already know who it was. So, and it's jealousy. Um, so, and that's what you guys are going to have, and that's what we got to deal with in this field, and it's going to continue keep going unless we all stand together against the bullying and the paranormal. Hey, Carol, welcome in. You're here a little late, but my dad's already went up. He's tired. Like I said, we got home at 1 o'clock this morning. Um, we've been building equipment all day yesterday and stuff like that. So we got equipment coming out soon. So we'll be streamlining it here pretty soon. Um, but yeah, I mean the bullying in the paranormal field's got to stop. It's ridiculous. Everybody's out to hurt one another and egos and a lot of people. I mean, I've been accused of having an ego, and I mean, there's no ego here. I'm just me. I'm a nobody, and that's the way I look at myself. I mean, I'm not famous, and that's not what I'm trying to be. I'm not trying to be famous. I'm not in it for the money. I'm not in it to be famous or for the fame. I'm in it to help people, and that's what I'm going to continue to do, just like Ed and Lorraine did, and, and that's what I'm here for. I mean, but I will stick up for my family. If you're going to trash my family, I'm going to come at you, and I'm going to stick up for them because they're not here to defend themselves anymore. And that's what anybody would do for their family. They would stick up for their family if they're being trashed. And I mean, I've seen a lot of hateful, hurtful things out there. And I mean, even towards Dan as well. The man passed away and people are laughing about it and making fun of it. Oh, that's what you get for messing with the doll. How sick are you to do something like that? What possesses you in your mind to do something like say something like that? I mean, I seen another post today on a picture of my cousin Ed looking in the refrigerator at Amityville, and someone made the comment, "Oh, he's fixing to make a sandwich." What the hell is wrong with you? I mean, it's just stupid. And people just want to toot their own horns for their 5 minutes of fame. It's just making you look dumb. Stop. If you want to do your own research, don't listen to what other people say and plant that seed in your mind and then back it up. Do your own research, your own evidence, not what other people put out because half of them don't even know what they're talking about. They've never investigated with them, they never knew them in person. None of this. I mean, we see it all the time, and I mean, my cousin Judy's got to see this too, and I mean it. I can tell you right now, it hurts her. I mean, it hurts my cousin Chris too. With it, just stop and leave Ed and Lorraine alone. I mean, I had one guy tell me to get a life. He needs to get a life that he's sitting there wanting to trash Ed and Lorraine. I mean, get a life and do your own research. Never once investigated the paranormal, so he has no clue on what it entails or anything like that, but he still wanted to toot his own horn at us. But it's whatever. We don't pay no mind into it anymore. We're just continuing to do us. We've got stuff planned this year that we're doing. Also with Cold Spotters, we're going to try to make it to the Cold Spotters road trip this year, which is up in Canada. So, um, and that was the whole thing that Cold Spotters was founded on too, was to help people. You didn't charge. You had to be a legit team to get in. So, I mean, she doesn't just take anybody off the street to join Cold Spotters. She put her trust into us to take over the state of Missouri. So, and that's what we're doing, and we're going to continue to do it. I mean, yeah, we know there's still people out there trash talking us, and but we don't care. If you guys got any questions, throw them up in the chat. I'll stay on for about 25 more minutes. But I mean, yeah, it's crazy. Um, with the stuff, and people just need to just start getting along. I mean, in the field, I mean, I've seen handicapped people getting bullied in the paranormal field too because they want to do this. Instead of bullying them, teach them, show them the right ways. I mean, there's enough room for everybody in this field. I mean, there's enough haunted locations around this world to go around for everybody. I mean, and don't judge people because they just want to do residential and they don't want to do events. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, if that's all you want to do, good and well, that means you're helping people. I mean, and don't criticize people that do go to the events that when you see somebody that needs help and you're going to help them. Like us. If you're at an event, we're at an event, we're going to help you. If you need help, we'll help you. If there's something you don't understand with the paranormal or the equipment, we're going to answer your questions. When you come to Mortuary Manor May 9th and you're investigating with us, you got any questions, we're gonna answer them for you. We're gonna teach you. We're gonna show you the equipment, show you the ways of investigating. If you want a protection prayer, we'll have the stuff there to do it. If you're wanting a cleansing afterwards, we'll be more than happy. The same with general admission too. If you guys are wanting a cleansing or you got any questions, we'll answer them. Especially when that's why we love doing paracons and meeting people. People can come talk to us and we can teach them the stuff. And I mean, like Rock Island last year, we had a couple people with disabilities that are into the paranormal, and they're big fans of Ed and Lorraine, and they came to see Annabelle, and they were happy to meet us. And the one, he stood there for about 2 hours talking to me, and I was going over equipment with them and showing them some stuff. And people like that when you teach them and you show them stuff. People like to see that stuff, and especially that autistic boy who was only 15 years old that had, had his little Annabelle statue, and we autographed it for him. And he got a picture. He was shy, and we told him he could come around take a picture with us. We don't charge for pictures, and he took a picture with us, and that made that kid's day. And I said to that kid, I said, "Well, now you can go to school and brag and say, hey, you met Ed and Lorraine Warren's family, and you were able to get pictures with them. You can show them the pictures." And that big old smile come across his face. And that's why we do what we do. Is not only for the adults, we do it for the kids too, because they're our future coming up to keep this field going. So, I mean, us adults aren't going to be around forever. So we need our younger generation to come up and learn the ropes. When my cousin Caleb, when he gets old enough and he turns 18, I'm going to start training him. In fact, that kid yesterday was so interested, he sat down with me while we were building equipment yesterday. He was watching me solder circuit boards. And to see his interest in it, he enjoyed that. He was down there with the men and he was having a ball. So, and that's something he's wanting to do when he gets older. So I'm gonna take him under my wing and we're gonna train him when he gets older. But I told him he's got to do good in school first before that happens. So, but, but again, if you guys are just tuning in, definitely get your tickets for Mortuary Manor. They will sell out quick. The VIP tickets in Toledo, Ohio. Um, VIP get you access to us to investigate with us. General admission will get you to general admission will get you with Jen to let you go at your own pace. So um, have a good night, Jeanette. Yeah, we're gonna get ready to. I'm gonna get ready to wrap up here myself. I got a busy day tomorrow, so but yeah. With that being said, everybody, be kind to one another. And remember, if you're being bullied in the paranormal field, you do have a voice. Nobody's better than anybody in this field. We're all after the same common goal to prove the existence of life after death. Enough with the egos and the bullying and the drama, and quit it. And leave my family alone. Let them be. Um, so with that being said, we're gonna go ahead and wrap up. If anybody's since nobody's got any final questions, But we hope everybody found this podcast informational. Sorry, my dad didn't last very long. Like I said, he's tired. I'm tired myself. Um, but yeah, keep an eye on the page. I'm a guest Wednesday night on a podcast. As soon as I get the flyer, I will post it. Um, and then Friday night, I'm a guest on another one. So with my mentor, Sister Farrah Rose Perry, who's a 40 plus practicing Roman Catholic demonologist who works for the diocese office in Springfield. That'll be a good show you won't want to miss. We're going to be talking about exorcisms and stuff like that, um, and the demonic. So you'll be able to learn a lot. Farrah's taught me quite a bit between her and Father Bob Bailey, and then Ed and Lorraine from their teachings and their videos and their books. And um, if you want to get an Ed and Lorraine book, the one I would recommend is The Demonologist. That one is an awesome book. I love that book. Also, check out my cousin Johnny Zaffis's books too. Those are good too. I've got a couple here too, and definitely check them out. Update on my book: it will be out very soon. I had a setback because we got so busy there. I got to send it off to the publisher, and then it'll be coming out. Um, so with that being said, we hope everybody has a good night. Stay safe out there. We will see you again next Saturday night, same time, same channel. Thank you again for tuning in last night to my pre-recorded interview. Hope you guys found her informational. Shamanic demonologist, she's all the way from Scotland. Definitely check out her page on Facebook. I got to reach out to another guest and see if he's available Saturday night. He's another one from overseas in England, so um, we'll see if he's available that Saturday night. So with that being said, we'll see everybody Saturday night, same time, same channel. Stay safe out there. God bless everyone. Have a good night.